Well, 25 minutes after 7, my guest in studio is Reverend Jonathan Better. He's Public Relations Officer with the Ghana Education Service. We're talking the fake teaching certificates that unfortunately we find in the system today. Good morning to you, Rev.
Good morning, sister.
So this has been in existence for a very long while. How can somebody work with a fake certificate with the Ghana Education Service?
Well, this is a very serious issue, and Ghana Education Service, for that matter, the management is surprised to get this information. We are also very sad. The management is not happy about this incident.
But whose fault is this? Who allowed it?
Well, the system, I would say the system wasn't good from beginning. That is why we are trying to...
So let's talk about the system now. What is the system?
Well, the system whereby the process through which somebody entered into a field, you know, from university or wherever you are coming from, if it is training college, your certificate that you are bringing to work with must be searched. We need to study to make sure that that certificate is a standard certificate from any of the universities or wherever you have attended your school. We need to make sure that the system must make sure that they check all those things before you proceed or you continue with the rest of your...
So from the way you describe it, I'm thinking that's the job for HR.
That is HR job.
Haven't
really.
they failed you?
They have not failed yet. That is why, because they are working, that's why we manage to detect these things.
But these certificates, people have been working with it for how long now?
Well, I may not know because the information got to the office in this year, September. We received a letter from the Deputy Minister of Education, Honorable Alex Chreme, that this has come to his notice that the teaching service, there are a lot of people who are non-teaching and some are also teachers handling our children without the use of a good certificate. They are using forged certificate, and some are not using any certificate at all, which is a heavy blow to the management of Ghana Education Service, for that matter, the Director General of Ghana Education Service.
How big of a blow is that? You've practiced for 25 years as a teacher.
Yeah.
What does it mean to realize that somebody is working without a proper certificate?
I personally was using a good certificate. I wasn't using a fake certificate, working with a lot of people. And now for the past 25 years in the system, or almost 26, to hear that somebody in the system is teaching without a teaching, which is a noble profession. Of course, we know it's a noble profession. Somebody is teaching children without certificate. We are not talking about people teachers. Even people teachers have gone through some little training.
So what have they been teaching the children all this
That is my question. That's my surprise also, that they are using their knowledge, the knowledge they have acquired from, I don't know, wherever they have acquired the knowledge from, and be handling our little children with whatever they have. I'm surprised. I am using a genuine certificate, and I know a lot of people in the system are using genuine certificates. So this has become a blow to the management of Ghana Education Service for us to get these things from fair wages, salary, and Auditor General and Controller and Accountant General Department, drawing the attention of Ghana Education Service, for that matter, Minister of Education, to know that this is in the system. You know, it came as a result of people coming to the headquarters to upgrade themselves, that we need upgrading of our promotion.
Okay, because now we maybe have a degree or a master's or something of the sort.
If you have a degree and you've gone through the system, you came out as a principal superintendent, you have to be upgraded and be put on that scale. Now, if you're already in the system, you are going through promotions, assistant director 2, then to director 1, from there to deputy director, on you are going to director general position. Now, with all these things, we expected the system to be devoid of this, I call it, malpractices.
But Reverend, what it means is the GES had passed them. The GES Ministry of Health had passed. It had to get to the fair wages or maybe finance or something for them to detect. I'm just wondering how all these could just bypass the organization or the entity that is actually employing them.
Well, that is why I am saying that the management is surprised to get this information, how these people manage to enter into the system.
We should say we are surprised.
Yes.
You shouldn't be saying that.
If I said I'm surprised, meaning that I don't expect it to happen. I think you also don't expect it to happen. You could also be surprised. I can be surprised. My management can also be surprised how these people manage to enter into the system. This is the reason why we are calling for this action to be taken against the people.
How bad is the situation?
The system is such that we realize 102 of these people from Brown Harford region, 11 from other regions, and one particular person came to the head office for upgrading, and looking at the certificate, we realized that he tampered with so many things. He tampered with the certificate, and the certificate is not a certificate that you can say that, well, this is not authentic, it's not good from any reputable university. So the HR, being experienced and very smart, drew the attention of officials, and then she engaged the person, the gentleman, in a chat, like we are having a chat right now, and we called the BNI to come immediately. They are not far from us, so we drew their attention, and they entered the office, and the guy was arrested and taken away. Well, what is happening to him now, we don't know. We are waiting patiently to make sure that the result also come, and then we will draw the attention.
But this is one person. Is he from the Brown Harford region?
It is not from Brown Harford region. It's not from Brown Harford.
So this is from...
to say that it's from Greater Accra region or wherever, that one
But this is a practicing teacher.
It's in the system. It's a practicing teacher.
So he came for an upgrade. That's when you realized...
Promotion, upgrading.
That the certificate that he was
because
putting forward
the system, we run the system, we make sure that the HR department make sure that they cross-check and make sure that the right thing is done. It was through that.
There's this huge figure in the Brown Harford region. I'm just wondering how that could have happened.
You know, I am disturbed when people are saying huge number from Brown Harford region. We have not finished with the system, with the exercise yet. We could have more from any other region, more than Brown Harford region, who knows? And Brown Harford region is a very big region. It's a large region, covered a lot of...
So you're not worried about the numbers?
Well, I'm worried. Even if it is a single person, I'm worried that we should be having such a bad people in our system right now.
So far, what you've uncovered mainly is from the Brown Harford region?
Well, that great number is from Brown Harford region.
And we're talking over 100 people?
Yeah, 102 people from Brown Harford region, and 11 from other region, and then this single soul, which I don't know where exactly he's coming from.
Okay, that you caught from your
office? We caught from our office, yes.
Sure. So what kind of teachers are they? Do you know the background where they're teaching?
You know, the system is that what we're trying
SHS?
to let the public understand is that some of them are non-teaching.
Okay.
Some of them are
non-teaching. So they may be supporting staff.
They might be supporting staff. So when we say the teachers, it could also mean that majority of these 102 people may be non-teaching, somebody trying to push the sister or brother into the system without passing through the rightful channel or without the use of the right certificate. That came about all these things. You see? So when we talk about 102, we are not laying emphasis on teachers who are practicing. We are laying emphasis of number of people that were caught using fake certificate or forged certificates in that particular region. And we've covered about 8 regions. They have covered 8 regions. The auditors, they have not yet submitted report to the headquarters to tell us that Western region, they had this number, Central, Volta, Upper.
So what's the plan? When are they finishing?
The plan is that very soon, you know, is a system that is using gadgets and other things. It could mean that in course of this process, there could be light off or whatever it is. So we are expecting that soon their report will get.
And your soon is what?
My soon could be
December?
Yeah, before December, the report will be out, and then we will address
what happens to all the teachers who are found, the teachers or the supporting staff or members of the Ghana Education Service staff?
Yes.
You'd want to put it. What happens to those corporates?
In actual fact, I'm not ready right now. I'm not the rightful person to tell you that the people are going to be prosecuted.
You're not handing them over to the police? This is a criminal case,
Not
isn't it?
yet. We are waiting patiently that when everything is done, we will come out and then begin to...
But I'm thinking that if you handed one person over to the BNI, then this is a criminal matter straight away, isn't it?
It is a criminal matter. In actual fact, it's a criminal matter.
But you're not ready to say if you're handing the rest that you find across the regions over to the police.
What I'm just trying to tell you is that I'm not the right person right now to determine whether the person will be sanctioned, the person will be given, be sacked, or be dismissed from the service, or is going to be jailed.
What do you think the public would want?
Well, the public will want a decent decision be taken, a very good decision be taken against these people to deter other people in the system who may be thinking of entering any other sector. You know, Ghana Education Service sector is a very big, it's a huge sector. The whole country, I may say...
But that's no excuse to allow people who are not properly qualified to enter into your system, whether they are in the classroom or they are supporting.
It shouldn't be an excuse, but we are just saying that we are making every effort to make sure that the system is devoid of these practices, devoid of bad people in the system. That is what the management is doing. Yesterday, management met and were thinking of how best an order could also be given to district levels and local levels to make sure that we become community police ourselves. We should make sure that we study the system to avoid all these people entering the system.
Let's talk about this before we end. The local teacher in the community or the headmaster,
yes,
is there a role that he can play to certify or double, cross-check that this teacher that you've posted has got the necessary qualifications?
That's correct. You are right to say this. They have the right to make sure that they cross-check. But I'm also thinking that there must be a system also, or very soon there will be a system, to scan certificates. If you scan somebody's certificate, you know that this person attended Cape Coast University, Winneba University, this training college, and this certificate is coming from this institution.
Where is the scanning going to happen?
No, that's what I'm saying, that I'm just proposing and
suggesting. No, I mean, at what level are you proposing? It
should be gained from training colleges to the university levels. If it goes to the Winneba, meaning that somebody is already in the system from training college before going to further your education for a degree, because training colleges are offering diploma certificates. So with your diploma certificate, the system must make sure that they scan the certificate and check very well. So I believe my management is making every effort to...
Finally, should parents be, what should they be worried?
Well, they should be worried if your family member is found in this act. You should be worried.
I was thinking more of the children that they've sent to school to be taught by qualified
with that
persons.
aspect, with that aspect, I believe parents are expecting that a good teacher should teach their world for a good result. And we are also not saying that the people who are forging certificates or using the fake certificates are bad teachers. We are not saying that. They are not teaching what they are expected to teach. That is not why we are here. I believe the use of fake certificate in the system is what we are dealing with.
Are you saying the use of the fake certificate doesn't make them bad teachers
necessarily? I can say that somebody could go through master's program somewhere or study outside Ghana. So if you travel from Ghana outside and further your education and you came back and you are using a certificate, we will say that we don't recognize the certificate, but the person has gone through a training somewhere. So the person could be very fast, a clever person to handle our children.
I could also give you a scenario where the person has come up with probably a University of Cape Coast certificate that is not real, that is just forged.
Yes, that is why the system is detecting all this.
So that's why I was trying to make the connection. Presenting a fake certificate that doesn't necessarily make you a bad teacher?
Well, when we talk about a bad teacher, what kind of bad? How is the person bad? Or you say that the person is not actually delivering what he or she is expected to deliver in the classroom. You know, there are some people who are very clever. There are some people who are very clever. They are good. They can teach, but without having the certificate. That is why we are cleaning the system, to make sure that the system is devoid of all these people. There could be people in the system
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for your time this morning, but I'm thinking that maybe there should be some class action against the GES when the final report
We want
is
to assure
out
the
there.
public.
We should sue you for allowing fake teachers or people with not so real certificates into the system to teach our children.
I don't believe
when the report
GS,
is out, we could take
GS,
you on.
I don't believe GS is allowing people. If we allow people, we will not be screening the system that we want to get the people out of the system.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm grateful for your time.
I'm also grateful.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you to
Thank
you.
you for the explanations that you've given us.
I'm grateful.
Reverend Jonathan Bette is PRO for the Ghana Education Service. Up next, we're talking the NDC because they postponed their primaries to a different date. More details here on our show. Stay with us.